Freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom.
Freedom is coming, oh yes
I know.
What's going on with East Ramapo Public Schools? Why are these guys in charge of these kids' education? Public schools in East Ramapo serve mostly people of color, Latinos, African Americans, Haitians, Asians. This is the East Ramapo School Board. They are responsible for ensuring a quality education for all students. But are they doing a good job? Let's look at the graduation rate. 3 districts, neighboring Ramapo and Haverstraw, and our own East Ramapo. Ramapo Central, 94%. Haverstraw, 83%. East Ramapo, only 73%. This is not acceptable. Here's another measure. The students receiving advanced diplomas. Same 3 districts. Ramapo Central, more than half receive advanced diplomas. Haverstraw, more than a third. East Ramapo, only 18%. This is not acceptable. Maybe the problem is that East Ramapo just doesn't get enough money from the state and federal government. Let's have a look and see who gets more state and federal aid. Ramapo Central gets over $6,000. That's a lot of money. Haverstraw, almost $9,000 per pupil. But East Ramapo gets over $10,000 per pupil in state and federal aid. So, getting aid from the government isn't the reason East Ramapo is not doing as well as neighboring districts. Let's have a look at how that money is spent. 62% of the total expenses of the district are not for educating the students in public schools. The rest goes to services for private religious schools. New York State has cited East Ramapo multiple times for inappropriately spending public dollars on private tuition. The impact on public schools includes larger class sizes for elementary students and fewer class options in middle and high school. Let's have a look at some of the things which are maintained in private schools. Software, library, transportation, special education, curriculum assistance, etc. And the public school programs cut: kindergarten, art and music, sports, and on and on. This is not acceptable. Look at the effect on elementary class size. In 2010, the districts were similar, about 20 or 21 students per class. By 2011, East Ramapo was rising above the others. Not a good sign, but in 2012, an average of 25 students per elementary class. This is not acceptable. The results translate into math scores. Same 3 districts. Ramapo Central, 76%, 3/4 doing well. Haverstraw, struggling but still more than half doing well. East Ramapo, less than half. Most need improvement. This is not acceptable. So, these are elected officials. Why haven't we just thrown the bums out? Well, the yeshiva users can vote even if they don't pay property tax or use the public schools. They vote down school budgets, knowing any cuts will not affect the services to their schools, only the public schools. And they vote as a bloc. Like many other aspects of their lives, voting is subject to a complex system of social control. Many of the public school parents would love to vote for school budgets and school board for their children, but they're immigrants and therefore excluded from voting. even if they pay property tax and have children in the public schools. They are disenfranchised and their children are suffering for it. Elections are not the answer in East Ramapo, unfortunately.
Justice is coming. Justice is coming. Justice is coming to East Ramapo. To East Ramapo. East Ramapo. East Ramapo. To East Ramapo. Justice is coming to East Ramapo. Freedom. Freedom is freedom. Freedom is freedom. Freedom is coming. Oh yes, I know. Oh yes, I know. Oh yes, I know. Freedom is coming. Oh yes, I know. Justice is coming.
So to summarize, the school board members are being elected without the consultation of the parents who use the schools. A conflict of interest is inevitable when public funds are controlled by people elected by a block vote. The non-public community has nothing to lose by defeating school budgets, but public schools need resources to meet New York State learning standards. The current imbalance between public and non-public school interests is a threat to public education. New York State must intervene to protect the civil rights of the children of East Ramapo. There is a way to coexist. The State Education Department has offered an alternative for situations where bad school governance is not corrected by local elections. This legislation is currently awaiting action by the New York State Assembly. In the case that the governance of the district is shown to be a substantial cause of chronic underperformance, the school board would be replaced with a board appointed by the Board of Regents. By removing the source of contention, New York State can help students get a quality education and help our multicultural community move from discord towards harmony.
East Ramapo, East Ramapo, East Ramapo. Justice is coming to East Ramapo.